Hi class, clearly not here again, but we are going to do this whole lesson with a video. It's probably going to be split into two videos because I know I'm going to run out of time and talk too much. So just make sure that you have started on part one and then you listen to part two, although if you, I guess, start on part two, you won't get this message in time. So we're going to go ahead and get started. If you have not finished your do now yet, please make sure that you pause the video and then push play when you're ready to go over the do now. So I'm not going to type onto here because these lines are weird, so just keep up with me. Number one, a radioactive substance that decays lead at a very slow rate is going to be uranium-238. If you remember that, so we talked about how they figured out the age of the Earth. Number two, a disturbance or a disruptive to a rock layer includes faults, folds, and igneous intrusion. The answer for that one is unconformities. Number three, when specific organisms are chose to breed to produce children with desirable traits, that's called selective breeding. We talked about that a little bit in our evolution unit. Number four, when the DNA of a gene is permanently changed, it changes the changes the trait the gene codes for. That's called the genetic mutation. In our evolution unit, we talked about how that is how we get new traits when DNA is mutated. Number five, the type of rock in which fossils are found, they are formed when small particles are pressed together and hardened, is sedimentary rock. Number six, able to produce children is going to be reproduction. Number eight is, sorry, I'm not on number eight. Number seven, used to determine the relative age of a rock of rock layers. These fossils are organisms that existed for a short period of time and in many areas. That's index fossil. Now number eight, when an entire species dies out, is extinction. Number nine, exact age of something is absolute age. Number 10, the general age of something, it may be a comparison age, to say that I'm older than my nephew, or a range of time, to say I was born sometime between 1950 and 2050 would be a relative age. Examples of these include temperature, weather change, fire, flood. These would be environmental changes. And then this is used to determine the exact age of something. We talked about how that is radioactive dating. Hopefully you've read our objective review for today, is that we're going to be able to describe the three zones of the ocean and what types of organisms live in the ocean. And hopefully you've read this and see that, I'm sure you read it, otherwise you wouldn't have gotten to this website, that I am at my final assessment day for grad school for the semester. So wish me luck and send me good vibes. And it is true, I love and miss you all. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. The first thing that we're going to do today is we are going to start by watching some clips of Finding Nemo. As I told you, Finding Nemo is phenomenal for the amount of science that it has in it. And so I'm going to show you three different clips, and you are going to describe the parts of the ocean that you observe in each clip. So make sure you describe exactly what it looks like. So here we go. Clip number one.
I'm obnoxious. Oh, let's name the zones. Let's name the zones of the open sea.
Sorry, I forgot I was supposed to play 50 seconds.
Explorer.
Okay, I want to start at 50 seconds, so you can start recording your observations now.
Okay, class, up the orbits up front. And remember, we keep our superesophageal ganglion to ourselves. That means you, Jimmy. Oh, like that. I know. Come on, sing with me. Seaweed is cool, seaweed is fun. It makes it cool with the rays of the sun. Okay, the drop ball. All right, kids, feel free to explore, but stay close. Struggle and cyanobacteria, gather. Entire ecosystem contained in one infinitesimal speck. There are as many protein pairs contained in this entire ocean. Come on, sing with me. There. Peripheral, Coleterata, Hydrozoa, Scetozoa, Entozoa, Septophora, Pyrozoa 3.
Okay, so if you've seen this clip before, this movie before, you know that Nemo and his friends go to what is called the drop-off, and the ocean looks significantly different at this point in the it looks significantly different from what they just swam through and what we just watched. And so what you actually see here is one zone of the ocean that we're going to learn about a little bit later today, which is called the neritic zone. So what I want you to do, and in that first box on your paper, I want you to write all the details that you see of the neritic zone. And then when they go into the drop-off, that moves into a different zone of the ocean that we're going to talk about later. We're now going to watch a second clip, and this time I will play it at the right part and stop at the right part initially. And so we're going to watch when Nemo meets his friend Bruce. As you watch, just record your observations in this box.
Hello.
Well, hi.
Name's Bruce. It's all right, I understand. Why trust a shark, right? So, what's a couple of bites like you doing out so late, eh?
Nothing. We're not doing anything. We're not even out.
Great! Then how'd you morsels like to come to a little get-together I'm having?
You mean like a party?
Yeah, you're right. A party. What do you say?
Oh, I love parties. That sounds like fun.
You know, parties are fun, and it's tempting, but we can't because...
Oh, come on, I insist.
Okay.
Anchor, chum!
Okay, so that's enough of that clip there. I just wanted you to see what the ocean looks like in this part of the, in this zone of the ocean. So go ahead and write down what you notice about the ocean with this clip with Bruce. We're now going to watch another clip. It's in the same zone of the ocean. So Bruce and the anglerfish are in what is called the open ocean or the oceanic zone. But the anglerfish clip has a little bit different of a aspect that it's going to be really important for us to have a frame of reference for later on in the unit. So we're going to watch this last clip. I need to start it at 1 minute and 30 seconds. So let me find that. All right, here we go. Record your observations.
Yeah, I'm your conscience. We haven't spoken for a while. How are you?
Can't complain.
Yeah, good. Now, Dory, I want you to tell me, do you see anything?
I see a light.
A light?
Yeah, over there. Hey, Conscience, am I dead?
Oh, I see it too. What is it?
It's so pretty.
I'm feeling happy, which is a big deal for me.
I want to touch it. Oh,
Hey, come back. Come on back here.
I'm gonna get you.
I want to get you.
I'm gonna get you.
I wanna swim with you.
I'm gonna get you.
I'm going to be your best friend. Good feelings gone.
Okay, so I'd like you to now, in this box, write down what you observed here. Once everyone in your group has written down their 3 observations of the 3 different parts of the ocean, I want you to talk to your neighbor or your group members and just talk about what are the differences in each of these areas of the ocean. As you're talking, please pause the video. Make sure you're not talking too loud so that people in other groups can have their conversations as well. Once you're done talking, you may push play again. So hopefully you notice that between clip 1 and then clip 2 and 3, the ocean looks phenomenally different. Clip 1 has a lot of organisms, a lot of plants, a lot of animals, a lot of color. It's very beautiful. And then in clip 2 and 3, there is significantly less ocean life. And so that is really important. It has to do a lot with how much sunlight reaches those zones. So hopefully you also noticed how much darker it got in the ocean. And we'll talk about why that is and how that has an impact. Okay, so now we're going to move on and talk about this part here. So this is, we're going to talk about first, before we talk about the zones of the ocean, we're going to talk about how to categorize ocean animals. And so the ocean is going to hold many different organisms and it contains many different regions. And today we're going to learn about the different ways ocean animals are categorized into different groups in the 3 general different parts of the ocean. In the next several class periods, we're going to spend more time looking carefully at specific regions of the ocean. So as you can see here, I got 30 seconds left. So what I want you to do is, in the next video, I'm going to pull up what these cards look like. And I want you to, once you see the cards in the next video, I want you to predict what each type of animal is or what each word means. So what's a benthos, what's a plankton, and what's a nekton. And then and using this hint here that ocean animals are categorized based on how they move. So what do you think is the definition of each of these words, or what type of animals are they?